Hi, in this video I will show you how to put together this explosion box with multiple little gift boxes within using the SVG file from Simply Crafty SVGs. So here are the pieces to the box. I already put together one of the inside boxes for this. So there's two inside boxes like this that are quite significantly large to place in here. So we have two different inserts. We have a little sleeve and an envelope like that, and then we have the panels. So this is all for this box right here, so we'll put that together, and then we have the lid and the panels for the inside, and some of the panels I've already put on the lid and the outside of this, so I'll show you that. So let's go ahead, we'll do the actual box part first. And the lid. So here's the box. So it's quite simply, all you need to do here is to, at this point, add the outside panels and any sentiments you want to add, and then the inside panels. So the inside panels, just pay careful attention. I have some that have flat edges like this. Those will go like this on each of these four sides. Then one with rounds on every corner is the middle. So I would do the middle one first. And I inked the edges of these. So if you've done explosion boxes before, there's lots you can do. You can add gift cards, you can add pictures, sentiments, embellishments on the inside. For this one, we have not a whole lot a little bit you can fit in, because we're going to have two boxes on the side. So now when you put these in, we want this straight edge right here with the sharp corners to be down here. So we want it to match up to the inside fold there, right there. So if you want to make sure you can see that, we'll go ahead and add those. So let me finish adding those. So I finished putting these on, making sure that this bottom edge lined up but didn't go over the fold. Like that. So they'll still open up. And then on the outside, we just have these four panels that center. So they are the same size as this middle one right here. Then we have the lid. So we'll put this aside for a minute here. We have the lid. You just want to center these different panels on, and then we're just going to glue these little side tabs underneath. So you want to make sure you get close to the edge, glued close to the edge, but not so much that's going to leak through. We're just going to line this edge up, line it to that fold, then just applying pressure on it. And usually with lids, I hold it for a little bit to make sure that it's good and secure. And obviously I folded it quite well before I began. But we'll put the panels on first because it's just easier to put them on when it's flat. So again, we just go around. We'll continue to glue these four edges. So it's a fun little explosion box that you can use for anything. Since it has two large boxes, you could use it without the boxes and add your own embellishments inside. If you wanted a just explosion box with this lid, you could make the boxes by yourself if you want them for something else. So there's other uses for it. And then we'll get this last tab. So I finished gluing it together and put some little enamel dots on each part of this. So that's done. So let's go ahead and put together the small box. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. You can use the acetate window or not use it. That's up to you. But it goes like that, and I'll show you how it goes in once we get the second one put together. So make sure you fold this first. It'll be easier to put the panels on. And let's do the front first. So the front, since it's upside down, was like this. It'll center it, but we're going to put this behind it, right here. So right here it goes like this. So you just want to put a little glue around the circle part. Just not really close to the opening because you don't want glue getting on the acetate. I use, you can use acetate, or I use actually transfer sheets. I still have a big box of them that I had from years ago. Either way, they're kind of expensive. Or you could use the plastic from some of the packaging. Cut it up, keep it. I have a lot of that too. It's just a little bit thicker. And then this goes right here. It'll center, so you want it centered so you have a little, you can see a little bit of the yellow. Now this is good for, I was thinking, the holidays, birthday, adding a little gift in there. Also, you could angle a gift card in one of them, plus a little small gift. So this would be a good holiday gift for homemade candy, or even store-bought candy that you give to a coworker or family. So there's no panel on the back, so there's these two panels that are this size. Then we have shorter ones, one for this and one for that. Okay. I want to make sure I have the long one. Make sure you have the long one because I think I have the shorter one. So you can see the difference in size. So take that longer one. That's the one I want to use here. There is no back one because that will be glued to the side of the explosion box. It doesn't really explode either. Just like we'll show you. Not the way that you would hope it would, but I still think it's a good idea. It's a fun idea anyways. So you want to add the panel here on the one with the straight edges. Now the file you're going to have, this is going to be slightly longer, so the one with the round edges is going to go in first, and this is on the outside. And that is visible because of the way that it'll come down. So make sure it's folded. Put this last panel on. That will center it. So if you do like this project and projects like it, I always ask if you give me a little thumbs up and or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And if you hit that little notification bell to the right of the subscribe, it'll tell you when we have new videos, new projects like this, that kind of thing. So with all the panels on now, we're going to fold this over and glue this side tab. So we're going to add glue to the side tab. And because it's rectangular, it'll just fall into place. That edge, you just want to make sure it's lined up on the top and bottom, but it should fall into place. Sometimes it's slightly off. The top doesn't need gluing, but the bottom needs a little bit. So what I would recommend, how I built this, was to put this one in first so it looks finished on the inside. And make sure you wait long enough, because I didn't wait long enough for this to glue here. Hold on, let's fix that. So I'd put this part in first, and it will be larger. The one that you're working with will be almost to the end. And then add glue to these little side tabs. And you can do the whole thing. So you want to add on the inside the glue to the whole thing. And then fold this over. I was trying something, but there's no reason to me to recut this. It's the same concept, same instructions. So fold it over. And then you can go ahead and apply pressure with something, a long utensil, blunt utensil, like I use this wooden chopstick. If you can reach in, that's great too. And try to be careful not to get glue on the acetate. So let's see if I can get that off lightly with the wet cloth. So now we have the two inside boxes. They're ready to go. So there they are. Let's go ahead and put those aside and let's finish these. So here's two other things. You don't have to use them both, but if you want to use a little envelope, you can just fold like that, and then you can fold it over, glue this bottom tab, fold it up gently. You can use paper or cardstock for this. This is just to hold something, or like a little sentiment, or I don't think a gift card will fit in this one. I don't think it's quite big enough for this, but on the other one, you could, if you put it low, you might be able to get one in. So see how that goes like that? You'd have to put it at the very bottom. So and this can fold over. You could put little temporary removable glue dot to close it, or something else. That's up to you how you want to close that. And this goes together the same way. So these are just optional things to put things in. You can slide tags in, photos, all sorts of fun stuff. So there are the two. That's the sleeve and the envelope. So the last thing you want to do is, if you want to add the boxes, you want to go ahead and we're going to glue it to the back like this. So make sure this part's on the top and on the inside. That's why we don't have anything on the back here. This is going to go all the way down, or you can go close to the corner like that, and this will fold in like this. So it'll be separated a little bit. So you could put a sentiment there if you wanted. I'm just going to go ahead and add glue to the back only. And I would say just have it face you, and you can center it. Have it sit in the corner. I'm just going to pull it up so I know that it'll stay inside. Then I can put it flat like that to apply pressure. Remember, you can use none of this or all of it. You could put sentiments all here. You could put embellishments. You want to be careful with the middle because it needs to be somewhat flat. So you could print something like happy birthday on the middle, but you don't want a whole lot in the middle if you're going to use it with the boxes. If you weren't going to use it with the boxes, that'd be one thing. So let me do the other one. So again, facing it towards you. Kind of get it centered. Oops, and I have it upside down. So there you go. We want the little finger thing towards the top, that little opening. And I'm kind of making it so it's almost overlapping that, so it'll try to force it out. You see how? So it can kind of explode, but if you put it too high up, it's just going to sit there. So give you an idea. But it should fall over. Especially if you have weight in it, it's probably going to stay like this. But as it is now, it does that. Then I would say the best to do is to make this lower. And just don't go over the fold, so it still opens like that. I believe a gift card will fit in there. So a gift card would fit in there if you wanted to put some treats in there. And it wouldn't fit in here because of the height, I don't think. But this would be good really for any occasion. It could be good for like graduation, that kind of thing. With a little bit of candy or something like that, or nuts. So that's it. It closes like this. And you could make it smaller, but I made it big enough for a gift card for this particular one. So that's it. So if you just lift it up, you see my little pseudo gift card. You lift it up, it'll open like that. But again, if it has a little bit of weight in it, something in it, most likely it's just going to stay in place like this. So they would have to, but that's the nice thing about having this on top either too. So I hope you like it, and I thank you so much for watching. Let me finish this up. There you go.